Great. Good afternoon. Good to have you here on the Candid Money Talk episode 28. I'm very excited. Today I feel so energized, so happy. I've been reflecting on our session with Fanny Snaith, and I just thought how amazing it is to give of yourself to others, because really that is what Fanny did. She really poured a lot in our hearts and minds during the Money Coaching Hub session last week on Friday. So that makes me very happy, and I just feel good when I think about it. So today on our Candid Money Talk episode 28, and maybe before I go there, let me introduce myself. You know, we are live on the main social media person following us and telling us, oh, we like what you're doing. We want to keep on this channel. So let me introduce myself for the sake of the new people. Yeah, I'm Edith Sidondo. I'm a certified money coach, founder and CEO of Profits Acumen, a money coaching firm. On this space, the Candid Money Talk, we speak about money matters. Our aim is to get money out of the closet, to open those closets where money is locked in, and in there with pains, discomfort, conflicts, and feeling of shame around money. And when you feel pain around something, you're hardly able to succeed with it unless you're very intentional and you do something about it. And one of the ways to help you be intentional is to follow us on this channel, so that each time we pour in your hearts something very useful, that you can do something around your money dynamics. So our topic today is say no to self and yes to your money goals. And this is in continuation to our episode for yesterday. I'll encourage you to go and listen to it. We started addressing the season we are in right now, which is the festive season. Yeah, Christmas is in 2 weeks' time, and many people right now are taking leave and maybe planning to travel, and schools are about to close. Apparently, if you're in the local system, the 844 system, maybe that period will be very short for you, but still, it's holiday. And what happens with holiday season? It comes with spending, and sometimes heavy spending. And it informed our topic for yesterday, some financial tips to just pay attention to. So listen to that episode. Today, we'll speak about saying no to self and yes to your money goals. Yeah, no to self and yes to your money goals. You find that so many of us are conditioned to saying yes, conditioned to saying yes to everything. If you're brought up like I was, where you find that questioning anything, saying no, was sometimes looked at, you're looked like as if you're being disobedient or you're rude and you're not conforming. So from childhood, you find that sometimes even if you don't like something, you say yes to it, and including things that you really wish you had said no to. So you'd rather deal with the pain and the consequences of saying yes to something you don't want than say no. With us, that way of doing things into our adulthood. We all know that what it feels like to say yes to the things we don't like, but we still do it anyway. We don't want to hurt anyone. We don't want to look like we are the ones who are disobedient or we are not conforming. We want to look like we are with people, to smile around to things that really are not for me. So you agree to things you don't actually want to do. Yeah? And that continues. It continues into saying yes to advertisements. Advertisements on the TV, yeah, on the advertisements on the billboard, advertisements in the malls, advertisements on our phones. Nowadays, the advertising world has gone digital. So every time you open maybe your phone to check something on Facebook or whatever, there's always something being advertised. You say yes to it. Allow me to just project my screen as we go along. Yes, yeah. Yeah, and you say yes to it, but deep down, it's not what you want. So you find that this is so much connected to our hardwiring. Yeah, we are hardwired to seek social approval, to conform, to be liked, to feel accepted, even accepted by strangers. The fact that you meet a lady in the mall who seems to be really smiling at you and they look smart and they seem to have this and the other to please them, you end up buying something that was not in your laundry list. Yeah. So saying yes to friends, to strangers, to family members, to colleagues. But I want you to take note of something today, that the first person to tell no, even before we talk about outside parties, friends, colleagues, advertisements, strangers in the mall, strangers on social media, the first person you say no to is you. If you don't have the ability to say no to self, neither will you have the ability to say no to anyone else. If you're not convinced with your own no, you'll not be convinced to say it to anyone else. So you first start by putting practical steps to saying no to self. It begins by knowing yourself, knowing what you want, what makes you happy, knowing your limits, defining your boundaries. When you have defined that and you have clarity and you own it and you're proud of it, then you'll get the energy to say no to somebody else. So saying no means you know your limits. You know yourself. You know what makes you happy. You're navigating. You're clear of your direction, where you're going, and what the right road is. Not everything is for you. And you've accepted that fact that not everything is for me. Yeah, I have that which is for me, and that's what I say yes to. So let's look at some practical tips for how to politely say no. Number one, don't provide endless excuses and stories that are often are not true. Yeah, endless excuses and reasons and stories to ensure your aim is to ensure I don't leave a bad feeling in the heart of the other. The reality is we can't please everybody. There are so many ways you can just say no. You can simply say, no, thank you. I can't do that today. That is not for me. I'm in the middle of something else. Yeah. So you don't owe anyone an explanation. And you aren't being rude when you do not offer an explanation. I remember, and for me, these are some of the things I write in my book as wins. when I say no. When I say no. When I started this career as a money coach, I got very wrong interpretation from people out there where some people interpreted it that now that you're a money coach, you can now be our go-to person when we need money. Yeah. So what happens? You keep getting these calls, these messages, we need this, we need that. And I had to learn to say no. Why did I say no? Because that was disempowering. When I just give money because somebody has asked, because I wear the hat of a money coach, I'm not empowering myself. And neither am I empowering that other party who I'm giving the money. So I learned to say no. And initially it was difficult. It was really tough because some of those people are people who are friends. We've had common settings together, our family, and I had to say no. So just do it and do it anyway. And it does not mean that when I say no to you about money, I'll not support you in anything else. No, I will do it if it makes sense. It needs to make sense and it needs to fit into my value system. Then don't apologize. It's not rude to say no. So stop apologizing for doing it. You haven't done anything wrong by saying no. And sometimes, because we fear saying no, maybe we say it so rudely until we lose our femininity and our humanity. Yeah, we can say no, but remain humane. Yeah, we can say it politely. So be firm in your response. Don't give no's that have a potential yes. Yes, these no's that somebody always, you leave some hope when clearly in your heart, you know that I don't want that thing because your friend is selling it. They have started selling dishes in the office, or they've started selling clothes. Because it's your friend, you give some potential, some answer that shows there may be a chance I'll get it. Yeah, just say that's not for me. Maybe something else that is this way or the other way. So you may get some pushback when you say no. Somebody may try to convince you, especially if those around you are accustomed to you and always saying yes. So this is a different you, a different hat you're beginning to wear. Expect this pushback, but be firm in your response. You might have to say no more than once for someone to get the hint, but stand your ground, even under pressure. And you can imagine the pressures people are going to have right now that we are going into the holiday season. And this begins even with our own children, the things they've lined up that need to be bought. Yeah. And when you get to the mall, this is looking nice for them. This one they want the other. Yeah. Or in the market and this and the other. And you buy and buy, knowing as their parent that the priority for this child right now is that I pay their school fees. The priority is they need a new uniform. The priority is they need shoes or they need medication. But you say no to some toy or something that, yeah, but the obligation to pay the basic expenses still remains on you. So say no. So practice it. Just like everything else in life, learning how to say no takes practice. At first, it might feel uncomfortable, but if you practice with often with little things and work your way up to declining bigger invitations and bigger responsibilities, then it becomes easier. And remember, saying no, I'm not just saying you contextualize it only on money matters. The moment you learn saying no, yeah, to working past certain times in the office because you have a family and that is your family time, Yeah, that is the beginning. That is your practicing ground. Yeah, to say no. You preoccupy yourself during working hours. You work intensely during working hours. If it's your time to leave office, leave office. About it. What you have to make sure you do is that you perform. You do what you are expected to do. You can learn to say no to your children. You can learn to say no to friends. Start with the small things and you'll begin doing it in the bigger ones. And like I said, the first person to say no to is self. By establish your own boundaries. Establish your own money boundaries. What are you willing to say yes to? Whatever you're willing to say yes to needs to be connected to your money goals. Sometimes what makes us say yes endlessly, and just that yes, off goes some coins, off goes some money with it. What leads to that is we don't have clear money goals. We lack clarity. We don't have something we've written and defined on what it is that I need to achieve by when and how. So because that money is not committed into a clear goal, off it goes with whoever it is comes in and convinces us. So establish clear money boundaries and have clarity on your money goals. Distinguish between want and should. Do what you want to do, not what you think you should do. So many of us have been conditioned to put other needs before our own, and we think we have an obligation to always say yes. Yeah. So be clear. What do I want to do? What is right for me? Not what I should do because people are doing, because the society is moving in this direction, because the colleagues are going for dinner. Yeah. Because people are doing boozy during this time. So whether I have money or not, and boozy has to be killed. Yeah. So not what you should, what most importantly, which is a game changer and has been a game changer for me, surround yourself with supportive people. Surround yourself with people who are ambitious, people who seem to have clear goals, people who seem to be walking in the path of your desired lifestyle. People who are not overwhelmed with just buying and possessions and looking nice, looking like you have money, yet in real sense, the bank account is struggling. Surround yourself with people who have an aligned vision to your own. And that is where forums like the Money Coaching Hub comes in. On this forum, I'm really amazed to see the growth in people, the members of the Money Coaching Hub. This hub is made up of professionals and people in business, professionals who are employed and professionals who are in business. And we meet online, and when we meet online, we discuss an aspect around money. So every quarter of the year, we have a money theme. And you can see from the screen, our money theme for Q1 2022 is attract your desired income. When we start a new year, you need to be clear on how can I earn more money? And that is our first topic for January, essential to earn more money. And in February, how to effectively tap into your financial genius. Something we all have, but because we do not know how to tap into it, we leave money on the table. And in March, how to price yourself and your business effectively. So you can't afford to miss this, because when you're in this forum and every time we have a session, people report on what shifts they've made, what they are taking out, what they're intentionally going to work on, that puts you under the right pressure to do the right things around you. I encourage you to subscribe and join the Money Coaching Hub. Membership is only 2,000 per month. And that 2,000 can really change for you the trajectory of your money and make you to elevate your own financial well-being and get out of this rat race of always chasing money. So to understand that some of these things that we keep saying yes to has something to do with our history, what we experienced in our childhood, where you find that maybe certain things were deprived from us. You asked for this, you had a no, you had a no. So you find that you have even a phobia around this word no. So you never want to say no. You are this yes person who everything that is brought your way finds an opening, and there goes your money. So get to know yourself. Why is it I find it difficult to say no? So talk to that person inside you that is driving you. Let that person know that you love yourself and that you are going to have to show that love by setting and accepting certain limits. Yeah, setting and accepting certain limits. So at Profit Acumen, we believe that setting and achieving your financial goals is one of the keys to creating the life you desire. And nothing, including saying yes all the time, should get in the way of that. You shouldn't allow it. I hope you found that of value. And I want to ask you, have you invested in a copy of your money journal? This money journal, it's a hands-on guide for you and your money. You know what you do not document, just somehow you cannot trust your memory. Yeah. And this is documenting in both areas of money mindset and money management. When you have this documented in a guided manner and you have something to follow through on, it can only lead you to where you desire to go. So invest in your money journal. It goes for 2,000 shillings and you can pay on the pay bill, and our support team will organize for delivery. And remember to grab a free copy of your ebook, A Simple Start Guide to Elevate Your Financial Well-Being. So if you found this of value, please type yes on the chat, on the comment section, and give us suggestions of what you'd like us to address on this forum. We want it to be for you to meet your desired needs around money. Always happy to be here, always delighted to serve you, and I look forward to the